Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Memories of Malta. And when I tell you what we're going to make today, you're probably going to say, the Maltese people make a lot of sweets. And you'd be right, because they do. And today we're going to make another one. And what we're making today is an Easter treat, and it's called a Figolli. The recipe I'm going to give you will yield 2 Figolli. So if you want to just make one and come along with me, then cut everything in half. Now this is the first time I'm making one, so bear with me, pray with me. Now you can go out and buy them, but I've been told there's nothing better than making a homemade one. Now what these are cookies, basically. There are 2 cookies, and in the middle will be sandwiched an almond paste. They're cut into whimsical shapes that are, that go hand in hand with Easter. Bunnies and chicks and hearts and eggs and baskets. You get the idea. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you what we're going to need to make the first part of our Figolli. We're making 2, so 2 is Figolli. Now these, like I said, were given at Easter, mostly to children on Easter morning, from like the mom or from the grandmother, from mom or nana. And people would start making these about a week or so before Easter. Now, that doesn't mean you have to wait until Easter to eat one, obviously. You can go ahead and purchase them or make them beforehand and eat to your heart's content. A little bit of a warning, they are sweet and fattening, but what else, what else do you have at Easter? You have to have something like this, and then don't worry, later on you can go on that diet. So I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to show you what we're going to need to make the dough for our Figolli, and we're going to do this in little sections together, and hopefully it will all come together in the end. Okay guys, stay with me, I'll be right back with what we're going to need. Hey guys, okay, I'm back to show you what we're going to need to make our Figolli. Now this recipe does make 2, so if you just want to make 1 Figolli, cut all these ingredients by half. Okay, that being said, what I have in here is a bowl of white plain flour. I have 400 grams, which is about 3 cups and a bit. I have 200 grams of sugar, which is about 1.5 cups plus a little bit. Now some recipes call for caster sugar. You can go ahead and use that if you like as well. I have here 2 eggs. I have a teaspoon of vanilla. And what I also did is I put like a drop of orange essence, just a little drop. And here I have the rind of 1 whole lemon. Now, a friend of mine who also makes Figolli said the secret to her cookie is a whole rind of lemon. So I'm going to go ahead with that. Now, this recipe is based on my partner's mom. So she said to use half. So I'm going to use what she told me over here, which is half of the lemon juice. You're also going to need 200 grams of margarine or butter. And what I did was I bought the one that comes in a square, so you know where to cut it. And that's approximately a cup. So you can cut it at the cup section. So what I'm going to do now is this margarine is going to be put in with the flour and mixed until it's kind of like a meal, kind of like little peas are in there. And I'll be back and show you how that looks in just a second. Okay guys, so this is just the beginning. This is what we need to make the cookie dough for our Figolli. Be right back and show you what's next. Okay guys, so far so good. Now my mom-in-law said to mix the margarine or butter with the flour until it looks like breadcrumbs, and I think that's kind of what it looks like. I think I've achieved that already. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to add the sugar. That will go in, and our lemon rind. That will go in with our lemon juice. Taking care not to put those seeds in there. Right. So I'm just going to give this a bit of a mix. Now the other thing I forgot to mention is have water on hand in case your dough becomes too stiff. You may need to add water accordingly. Little at a time. You don't want batter. You want a dough. Alright, so What I'm going to do then is I've already gone ahead and beat the 2 eggs, and I've included the vanilla. So they will go in there. Now all that's left to do is to obviously mix this thoroughly and knead it into a smooth dough. Again, if your dough is stiff, sorry about the noise, add some more water. Okay, so I'll be right back and show you, hopefully, when the dough is done. You guys, I am pleased as punch over my dough. Oh my gosh. It's firm but soft. And you know what? I didn't need any water at all. The ingredients were perfect for this dough, and I'm really surprised at how quickly, really easy it was to knead. Once I got it going, I threw it on a floured surface and started folding and kneading, and in no time at all, this was the result. I am talking about the water. It may depend on where you are, the weather, if it's raining out or dry or hot, cold, but I found I didn't need any water at all. So now, this is going to just chill out for a bit. I'm going to let it rest in the fridge for a little bit, and then we're going to start cutting our shapes, and I'm going to show you what we do for that when I come back. See you in a bit, guys. Hey everyone, it's the arts and crafts segment of the show. Just kidding. What I have here are 2 cardboard boxes. Well, you're just going to need one for now, so I'll throw one aside. I have a cardboard box here that was wrapped in plastic, actually, so I really lucked out, so I know it's clean. But what you can do is get yourself a piece of cardboard if you don't have the cutters that, the shapes rather, that they have in Malta. So a good way to do the shape is on cardboard. So I'm doing a butterfly for my first Figolli. So I want to make sure that it's even. So what I'm going to do is just fold this paper in half and do like half of the butterfly, and then that way, you know, I know that it's going to look completely even. So let's say this is the butterfly shape that I want. All right, and you can do probably, you know, any other shape that you want, hearts, or if you're going to do something like a rabbit, or you can just draw it directly on the box. You don't need to. I'm doing this because I want my butterfly to be even when it's finished, and that kind of looks a bit crappy, so I'll probably redo it. So you get the idea. And then I'm going to transfer this, I'm going to trace it onto my box, and then I'll cut it out, and that will be my template for the dough. Alright guys, I'll be right back and show you what I've done. Hey everyone, I'm back with our filling. So while my dough is in the fridge chilling out, and by the way, I just put it in a bowl and I covered it with a dampened kitchen towel, paper towel, so it doesn't dry out. So while that's chilling, I'm going to do our filling. Haha, filling chilling. So what we're going to need is 200 grams of sugar, which is again 1.5 cups plus a bit. Now I'm using caster sugar, which is super fine, because I did read a few recipes that called for that, and I think it's probably a little bit better in the filling, so you're not, you know, crunching on sugar in your teeth. This is super fine sugar. You're going to need 2 egg whites, which you will beat. You will need a half a teaspoon of almond extract or almond essence, and I have the pure stuff here. Oh yeah. You will need about a half a teaspoon of allspice, which I have here. The rind and juice of half an orange. My orange was massive, by the way, so it's probably a little bit more than I needed, but I love orange. And the star of the show is ground almonds. Ground blanched almonds, and you're going to need 200 grams, and each pack is 100 grams. So that's it for our filling, and I'll be right back and show you what we do to put all this together. Basically, it's just putting it all together, and you're going to form this into somewhat of a paste. So I'll show you what that looks like, guys, in just a bit. We're pretty much halfway there. Okay, guys, for the filling, what I've done is I've mixed my almond with the sugar and my allspice. So this is going to get mixed together. Incorporated well together. Right. Then what you're going to do is you're going to add your beaten egg whites, which I've already gone ahead and beaten them. Go ahead and add your essence at that time, your extract, and your orange rind and juice. Waste not, want not. Make sure it's all in there, because it's all goodness. Okay. For some reason, my camera decided to cut off there, but what I went ahead and did was I added the essence. You saw me putting in the orange and the peel, the orange juice, I should say, in the peel, and I'm just going to mix this into a stiff paste. If you do need water, add it in like a teaspoon at a time. But as you can see, this is already coming together. It's already becoming quite the paste. So, and it's not even fully incorporated yet. So I'm going to continue doing this, and then I'll be back and show you what we do next. Stay with me, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm really having a good time actually doing this. It's a lot of fun. Hey guys, I'm back, and what I've done is I've portioned out my dough into 4 equal pieces, because you're going to need 2 pieces for each Figolli. Because we're making 2 Figolli, that's split into 4. What I did was I floured my board, and I rolled out, not too thin, the first piece of the Figolli, and I put this on top and rolled with my rolling pin on top of this. So then what I did was I made sure, sorry for the noise, I made sure it's going to fit right to the edge. It fits my shape. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I did have to make this a little bit smaller. So, that being said, what we're going to do at this point is you would go ahead and start cutting your shape out. Now, to me, I'm looking at this and I think, that's a lot of wasted dough. So, I may have to think about a new shape. I know I really wanted a butterfly, but at this point in time in the game, I think I might do a different shape, or I may do a bigger one with the excess dough for my next one. So what you're going to do, like I said, go ahead and the reason you're doing this is because you need both pieces to be identical. So you're going to go around, and you can see this doesn't stick. Okay, so just go around and carefully lift this up onto your baking sheet, and this will be your first cookie for your Figolli. Okay, we'll be right back and show you next. It's my kitchen and I'll change if I want to. Alright, the butterfly has morphed into a fish. I just thought it just was more economically sound. So what I've done is I just made a new template of a fish and rolled out my dough. That's it. And here is our paste. Our lovely, lovely, lovely thick paste. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spread the paste on the fish, leaving just a little edge, so they can the top rather can go on top of this. Now, when you roll this out, by the way, don't roll it out too thin. It should be quite thick. You don't want it to be like a wafer thin. It's it's a heavy base cookie, so don't make it too thin. Alright guys, I'll show you what it looks like when I have all the paste on. Be right back. Okie doke. So my paste is all on my fish. This paste, it's for 2, as I said, but it seems to me like I have a lot much more. So who knows, maybe with the leftover scraps I'll make like a small Figolli. So as you can see, I left like an edge around, so the other piece of the Figolli can go on top, exact identical shape as this, and then gently press. Okay guys, and I'll show you what that looks like. Then it's going to go into a moderate oven and bake for about a half hour until golden. Alright, and I'll be right back and show you when that's done. Alright guys, I put the other identical piece on top, and you know what? It was pretty easy. And then you're just going to gently press down the sides. I left this side open so I can just show you how I'm doing it. Just so they kind of touch, just gently. Same over here, and then there. So this guy's done. I'm gonna put him in the lake. No, I'm gonna put him in the oven and bake him for about a half hour on about 350 moderate oven. And I'm gonna do just this one, and then as this is cooling, I'll start on the other Figolli, just because I don't want to crowd this pan and you know, mess things up. So I'm gonna just do one at a time, and it is quite large, as you can see. I'd say that's a good 9 inches or so. So I caught me a big one. Okay guys, thanks for sticking with me. That's basically the method. What I'm going to show you next is how to decorate them. And it's going to take me a little while because I got to bake this and I got to let it cool completely. And then I'll show you how we decorate it, and we'll be back for that. Okay guys, thanks very much. Thank you. And for my next magic trick, I'm going to pull a rabbit out of my hat. Alright, this is my second Figolli. I've decided to go ahead and do an Easter bunny. And I'm going to make the other identical piece for him. And I'm going to put the paste on him and do the same thing as we did with the fish. If you're wondering why you're seeing little flecks here and there, that's the lemon peel, by the way. And it may show up. I'm looking at the screen and it looks a little funny, but that's just the lemon peel in there. Don't worry if you see that in your dough as well. So my little bunny, and I had to show you guys to prove that I did it, because then, you know, if I show you the end result, you'll be like, yeah, he went and bought that. So I'm pretty proud of him. So he's going to do the same thing as our fish, and he's going to go into an oven. Poor bunny. And he'll also be decorated. So I'll show you both when they're done to be decorated. Okay guys, thanks for sticking in. We're almost done. Hey guys, I had enough dough and filling left over to make actually one more Figolli. So actually what I've gone ahead and done is I made an Easter egg. I've actually used every bit of dough and filling now. So this recipe really can make 3. And believe me, they expand. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, they expand in the oven. So I'm glad I only did one at a time. So my fish is almost done. My rabbit, my bunny, he's all stuffed and together and he's waiting to go in, and then the egg will go in lastly. So then we'll get back and decorate these. Now they all have to cool, as I said, completely. So a lot of people decorate their Figolli the next day. I'm gonna see how I go with time. If I have time to do it tonight, then I'll do it tonight. If not, then I will be icing these tomorrow. Either way, you're gonna see the end result. Okay guys, so just give them a pat down a little bit as well as I'm doing here, and you'll see in the oven they really expand. So the next thing we're going to do is decorate these guys when they're all done. Well, good morning. It's the next day. I baked my Figolli last night and just decided to call it a night, let them cool down completely. I mean, I still had my own dinner to prepare, so that's fine, and you can do the same thing. The Figolli aren't going to go bad or anything. I just wrap them up and put them aside for the night. So today we're going to make the glaze icing, which is simply icing sugar, and I have 100 grams here, which is almost a cup. So just shy of a cup. And I have lemon juice here, and I have 1 beaten egg white here. So what you're going to do is you're going to just add all of the ingredients into your icing sugar, mix well, and what I'm going to do with the lemon is I'm going to add it gradually as I need it. And you're looking for like a, well, icing sugar glaze texture, so it's kind of like glue in a way. You don't want it too runny, yet you don't want it really, really stiff either. So that's what you're looking for, and I will show you what that looks like when I come back. Okay guys, my icing sugar is complete. I just added the lemon juice a little at a time until you See how you can get a texture that you can coat. It's not too runny and it's not too thick either. So for me, this is perfect because don't forget, it's yummy too. Don't forget, it's gonna set, it's gonna harden. So the next thing to do is to cover our Figolli in the glaze mix, and then I'll show you how to decorate, the fun part. Be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. I've finished my royal icing and I've put it on my fish. I added just a little tint of green. I don't know if you can really tell on here. There you go. To my icing. He's still setting. I mean, I want to make sure it's completely solid before I start decorating. I did the same thing, sorry about the noise, with our egg, which I've done in a nice blue. And I have our bunny, which I've left him all white. Okay. I mean, it's gonna be decorated more with the royal icing as well. So don't worry if it doesn't look completely iced or perfect. It's supposed to be just a thin coating of the icing sugar, of the glaze. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna start decorating, and I'll be back to show you what I'm gonna use for that. Right, this is the fun part. Or so they tell me. Alright guys, we're gonna decorate our Figolli now. And now you have carte blanche. Do what you want. Be creative as you like. Some Figolli are covered in chocolate, so if you want to do that, be my guest. But you're going to decorate them now. Now don't think you're icing the whole thing, because we already did the icing sugar, but you're going to adorn it with some decoration and icing. I've gone ahead and cheated, and I bought store-bought icing. One is a whipped vanilla cream, and the other is sorry, this is the vanilla, French vanilla, and this is whipped cream cheese. Oh my god, I had to sample it, you know, just to make sure it was okay. Very good. I went out to like a pound shop or a dollar store or whatever you want to call them, a buck shop, and I just got this simple icing kit. It comes with 4 tips, as you can see, and it gives you 8 of these bags, and then you just fill it with your icing, obviously. Make sure you cut off the end, and that's how I'm going to ice my Figolli. I also have some food coloring because I want to, these are white obviously, so if I wanted to add some color, I have food coloring. And the cool thing is on the back it tells you how to like create different colors if you weren't good at art class. Yeah. Figolli also traditionally have an Easter egg on them, or a couple anyways. So I have like a little assortment of chocolate Easter eggs in here. And what I also have is like one big one from Arrow. That looks pretty yummy. And what you can do, there's a seam, and you can actually cut this in half, and so you set flat one half on one Figolli and another half for another. But we'll see what I come up with. Like I said, this is your time to be creative. You can use you know, sugar eggs, like little Easter eggs that are like candies or jubes or sugary candies. I've seen oh gosh, what else have I seen on here? Oh, like gosh, what are they called? You know those like jelly candies with like sugar on them? You can use those, but traditionally it's just like the icing and the Easter egg. Make sure you have an Easter egg, and the icing, you can ice it with regular icing like I said, or with chocolate. It's up to you. Either way, make your Figolli look fun, and of course they're already going to be yummy, you know that. So guys, I'll be back and show you what I've come up with, and I hope they're not going to be too gaudy, but I'll try to keep it simple. Okay guys, when I come back, our Figolli will be done. Who wants to do the bunny hop? Hey guys, I'm back with my first Figolli done. It's our little bunny and he's all ready for Easter. What I went ahead and did is I used the cream cheese, the whipped cream cheese icing, plain and also with a little bit of food coloring. I used the whipped one because, you know, it's fluffy and bunnies are fluffy and his tail has to be fluffy looking. So that's it. Like I said before, you're not icing it like a cake. You're just using the icing to adorn your Figolli. I use the egg, of course. I use the chocolate egg. And I know it looks like he may need a pedicure here, right? And this looks like a mustache, but is actually whiskers. So guys, you decide how you want your Figolli to turn out. Again, you don't have to go crazy with it. They do last a while. You can put some cling film over this or wrap it up and it'll stay for a long time. Don't worry about it. I'm going to just let this guy hang out on my kitchen counter for a while. And, I mean, Easter is just tomorrow. So he's going to get eaten. He's probably going to go to my goddaughter. So you guys, I'll be back and show you how I did the other two, hopefully. And then our Figolli are done. Number one, he's all done. So I'll be back and show you the other ones. Alright guys, thanks for sticking in. Hey guys, I'm back with our second Figolli, which is the egg. I hope you can see it. It's kind of hard to tell in here. What I did with the icing sugar is I just added 1 drop of blue food coloring to give it this light pale blue color. And then with the icing, what I did was I just mixed a few colors together. This is like a pale purple or like a violet color. Around the egg and on the end of the swirls is kind of like a periwinkle purple. And then I have like an electric blue for the dots. So once you get going, it's quite simple. It's actually quite fun. For me, the only daunting part is like, you know, deciding what I want to do. But then again, when you start icing them, and if you don't like something, the icing sugar or the icing sugar, the glaze is pretty forgiving once it's set and hard. You can wipe it off with a kitchen towel, paper towel, if you don't like what you've done. So this is my second Figolli. I hope you guys like. I think it's pretty nice. This is my first try. So you guys, and also, oh, I have to mention, the house smells so amazing. Like seriously, from all these things. And the best part, I'm having sugar overload because you get to lick the spoon off. Alright guys, I'll be right back with our fish, which is our last one, and then we're done. I really hope you guys try Figolli. Hey my friends, welcome back. We've reached the end of our Figolli road. If you remember, our first Figolli that we made was the fish, and he is the last. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've used a little bit of light green icing for the scales, a little bit of a darker green for the fins, for some contrast, and of course he has to have fish lips, but I mean, what's a fish without fish lips? And of course the Easter egg. Guys, I really hope you try Figolli because it's a labor of love, but I'll tell you something. You just feel so satisfied when you're done. And think about the look on the faces of your loved ones or that child that you're going to give this to. It's just a really good feeling. And that's it, guys. I really enjoyed doing this. I really did. There was a couple of times where I thought, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? But I'm so proud and I'm really happy that they turned out great. So guys, please have a blessed Easter. All the best to you and yours. Happy Easter from my home. God bless. See you next time on Memories of Malta. Ciao.